Sneakerheads and basketball enthusiasts alike, this is the only land, and we are back to talk about these. But before we get into that, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like what you've seen before, or if you like what you watched today. Actually, before I get into these, I know I did this in a previous video, but we are going to quickly check out what I have on feet today. I have the Air Max, what are these, 90s? Air Max 90s? Hold on, I got the box here somewhere. Yeah, Air Max 90s. These are the Marses, I believe. Let me get an exact name for you guys, since I never know the name of my sneakers. Yep, these are the Air Max 90 Mars landings. Obviously, you can tell by the colors. You guys have probably seen this before. I may or may have not made a video. Made a video about these. Jono say, if you guys don't know, those are a playoff of the moon landings that no one will be able to get because they're running for, looks like, around $1,000 right now. So if you're down to spend $1,000 for some Air Max 90s that look like moon craters, then feel free. But enough of that. Let's go to these. These, if you guys do not know, if you've never seen this box before, these are the Why Not Zero. I think they changed the name, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're just the Why Not .5. They changed it. They took out the zero. It was all in all the sneakers now. Supposedly that's for his number change or something like that. I don't know. They didn't even bother to talk about it at all. Never mentioned it. These is thems is these. So this colorway is the childhood colorway. It was supposed to release, because everything's all messed up. It was supposed to release in like a set of 4 different colorways. The first one that released was actually supposed to release further ahead. These were supposed to be the first ones. The first one was the Inner Cities, like those brown ones. I think they special dropped on sneakers like really quickly, and they all disappeared, which was not what I was expecting at all. These are the childhoods. Then you have the Raging Graces, which are nice too, but I don't even think those were released yet. These were supposed to be March 1st. The Raging Graces were supposed to be March 15th. And then the Hype Music, which hasn't released either, is supposed to be April 5th. So the name for these was supposed to represent, because these are the childhoods, they're supposed to represent his 3 kids and then the next generation. I guess because of the colorful colors that he chose, I can't really tell like where you would see that at all, to be quite honest with you. I mean, in this, and I'll show you images of this in the overlay, like this synthetic overlay here. It has images, but I can't tell you if those are kids. Like you could say those are adults in there. I mean, there's definitely people in there, like, drawn in. It's kind of a little weird if you kind of really look at the faces. And I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick up on that, just because of how shiny it is. But there was no press release on the Nike news site. It seemed like they just sent them to, like, the main, I guess, the main blogs. So, Sneaker News and all the above, because they got the images, right? So, they got the images before it came out. They got the names of them, but it never appeared on the website. It wasn't on the Jordan website, and it wasn't on the Nike website, so it doesn't really give a good description of what's going on, as it usually would when it's a press release directly from Nike. So I'm gathering the information from just a bunch of different websites. So before I go into details in this, let me grab the Why Not 0.4s. I got them around here somewhere. I know they're not too far down, I don't think. So if you're wondering, damn, that box looks familiar. No, it doesn't. It's the exact same box. They didn't change the box at all. Look at these. And look at these. It's very similar. It's very similar. For the traction, they changed it up. Supposedly, it's what they call data-driven traction. This was supposed to be like tire tread. It has a little similarity to this a little bit. It still has some of those weird tread marks on there, but then it has like weird nubs on the bottom and different sizes and shapes. Some have holes in them, some are just nubs. You got like a little Jordan brand tab here. And then I guess you can call it heat mapping here at the front. heat mapping being like where they map your foot and where you apply more pressure and where you don't. I guess they're kind of showing it on the traction there. And then you have a decoupled outsole, which basically just means that you got a cut in the middle here. I believe you have the same here, and I believe it's the same for a lot of the Russ or the Why Not sneakers. There are some slight differences, but there are a lot of similarities. For the midsole, you have Phylon in here, and then you have the Zoom Air Zoom pod here. I haven't put them on, so I can't really tell you how big it is. Usually you can kind of see like an indent to tell you the size here. It looks like it's around that size. I can't tell you. I personally prefer, when it comes to Nike, full length Zoom in there. You don't got it in this, but I don't think it's going to be too bad because if I recall, the cushioning in this wasn't terrible. And actually you can see it shows you the outline here of where the air is there. So I assume it's somewhere in that general area as well on these 0.5s. For materials, the materials I would say are a little different. This was kind of stiff. It had like a little bit of knitting to it. It was different in different areas. This is really, really, really soft. It's some kind of synthetic, like knit or something. I don't even know what this. It's kind of similar to the KD12s, like that material that sounded like I think I said it sounded like pants, like those swishy pants. I don't remember the material, but if you've seen the video, I'll put the video up here. Then you know what I'm talking about. But it's definitely not as cheap, or it doesn't feel as cheap, and it definitely, I can almost tell you without a doubt, it's going to lead to better breathability than you had in these. Once again, I don't really remember what was in there. I could look it up, but I don't think it's that important. They're different. For sure, the material is different, and I would say for sure it's probably more breathable because you can literally see through this. The shoe kind of reminds me of like a deconstructed shoe, similar to an Off-White because it has, for one, it has this little tab here that Off-White has as well, or the Jordan Off-White collab. So like the Jordan 5s, I have them here somewhere. It has this little tab here, and then it also has the exposed foam right there in the tongue. And that was, like this tongue is literally almost an exact copy of what Off-White did with Jordan on the other sneakers. Rest in peace to Virgil, but they basically copied it. Like I said, you have the overlays on the toe box here. Obviously, that's just so that you don't rip through this material here. Like I said, this is really thin. I also forgot to tell you, you can literally see the foam through the tongue, like the full tongue here. You can literally look directly at the foam that's in there, and there's just no way that doesn't lead to better breathability. Like I can touch it. I can touch. You can see my finger through. You can see my finger through the foam to the other side of the shoe. So I think these are going to be much more breathable than these. I just don't think there's a question to that. For the, I know I'm a little scattered all over the place, but I'm getting to it. For the heel, you kind of have a really kind of thin plastic piece here. I know there was a name for it. Somebody said it in one of these reviews. Oh, an external heel counter. I knew that. Yeah, external heel counter, but it's just like far softer than this one. This one was, the heel is just kind of stiff on this. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think it bothered me too much, but this one is a lot softer. The padding seems a lot softer inside as well. And it's a little bit higher on the ankle there. Just barely, but you can see, if you can turn it sideways, if you can see, this stops a little short there, and this continues a little higher, as opposed to, they're basically opposite. So this piece that was in here, they raised it up, and they left this at the bottom there. But it's just so similar, these sneakers. You got like the kind of zag type of design there. You got a zag type of design here. And then, to be honest, Zion has kind of the same thing with a zag type of pattern. Obviously, that fits more of his brand because Zion Z, whatever the case is. I get the feeling, and I don't know if I'm stepping out on a ledge here, that they're not putting too much effort into these. Like I said, don't know if I'm going out on a ledge here, but I don't know if they're putting that much effort into Russ's shoes. If you look at this one and you look at this one, unless Russ is telling them, hey man, I love the 0.4s. Let's stick to what we have here. Change a little bit of what it looks like. Make it a little bit more breathable. Probably a little bit lighter, and then we're good. Because not much was changed here. The traction, the materials is a little lighter, but like the main meat and potatoes, which I think is the cushioning every time, is essentially the same. Unfortunately, I like to play around with different things. The Pumas have I don't remember what the hell is in there. The MB 0.1s, those are, I'll save that for the review, but the cushioning is pretty damn good in there. I like different things, and I feel like I'm about to literally performance test the same sneakers last year. So supposedly the shoe is supposed to, it has a midfoot strap, and that's supposed to, the whole thing is supposed to be inspired by like a trail type shoe, and that's what the outsole is also inspired by. I don't know. That's what they tell me. I'm just relaying the info to you. This is something that I've never really seen. This strap type of loop here. I think this is pretty cool. I don't know how that's gonna function because it doesn't look like it actually goes down. I can't tell unless I really go and open up the shoe itself. I don't know how that's gonna function too well, but it looks cool. That's something different. I'll tell you that. The midfoot strap that they have here that you can see, that's not different. They just use new names for like different straps, or yeah, different straps is what I would call them. Like all of them kind of have the same concept now, where it's right there inside of the little pocket of the shoe, and it goes all the way down to the insole or whatever the case is, and it's supposed to tighten you. It's supposed to really tighten you in there when you tighten them up. Yada yada. They all got them now. If you see these and they look separate, they all have them. They just use different names, like I said. I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on the shoe. I'm not shitting on the shoe. I am really excited to have these. Finally, I'm always excited to have a new performance shoe to test. But on the scale of 1 to 10 level excitement, it's not a 10. I'll tell you that. I don't know. It's just it's not new, and that's kind of how I felt about the Zions. It's not new, and it's nothing spectacular, especially for his first, and this being Russ's fifth. I like Russ. I like his sneakers so far. Try something new. Try something innovative would be what I would say for the next ones. That's all. That's my review. Quick unboxing. It wasn't quick. It was so unquick that the video ran out, and I had to start a new one. I'm gonna end up doing a lot of editing for this, but it's because I'm talking so much. So this is the only land. These are the Why Not 0.5s. These are the Why Not 0.4s, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.